Welcome to the after show. We just did our first episode of Celestial Engine, and here we are. We're joined by the rest of the fans that could have possibly been on the episode today. Right now, they're in a very unusual state. Fans, how'd you like this show so far?
It was great until we found out we were dying.
Really
could have come on the show, but
you
he died instead.
So it's all up.
Yeah.
So all the fans, currently their bodies are dead.
Looks pretty all.
That we forgive you. That the minds are dead, just the bodies.
At home.
So my first question is, I want to know, is for Dan. Dan, did I give you Maniac Mansion in space?
Yes, the thing I'm really waiting for is when we get back into our bodies and I have to do something in one room and somebody concurrently has to do something in another room. That's really what I'm waiting for. Right now, it's like 75 to 80% Maniac Mansion, but once it's like you have to do something here and you have to do something there at the same time. That's what I'm like,
right.
Okay.
When it's like, okay, someone has to be in the center and change the lights to this so we can go from this door to that door.
Yep.
It's coming. So Dan would say we're on the right track. It's climaxing towards Maniac Mansion.
It's clearly that, but I'll say we're absolutely there when we have that moment.
Thoughts about today's episode?
Mixed as usual. We succeeded in one point, we felt like, and then other ways not so successful. So, par for the course.
You got further along than I thought you were going to. I thought it was going to end with you guys getting the thrusters going. So you did better than I thought.
Oh wow,
Cool.
I tore through that first thing.
You're not questioning the planet.
Yeah.
That's true. I really did think there was a decent chance that we were going to tank it. Episode 1.
Oh yeah.
I was starting to get worried. When we got to the 60s, I was like, this could happen.
It took like 40 minutes for you guys to all get in Aegis' body. I was starting to get worried. I was like, oh man, this is taking a minute.
Yeah.
I do feel like there was a little bit of I didn't want to metagame, if you will. I didn't want to go.
Right.
Okay, clearly, we're supposed to get in there, but I don't want to. My character wouldn't know that or think that or anything like that. He'd be like, "What's going on?"
Right.
But I do think. I thought we worked together really well, and there was a lot. I thought there was a potential with the way that we normally play of us 2 and 2 thinking we should do 2 completely different things and fighting about where the body was going to go or whatever.
Right.
I think we did good for all of that. I think now it's just a matter of I don't feel like we have a good handle on how to get back to ourselves yet, and we have to figure that out right now. So I'm a little bit nervous about how we're going to start next session.
Just thinking now, I think you missed an opportunity to actually, while you were in those orb forms, to actually float around the station and find out what was everywhere. You could have literally gone past through things and done a complete search of everything.
I mean, it's also risky because you don't want to who knows what's going to happen. So being watching as a viewer and then being it, you're like, oh my god, I don't want to ruin this opportunity. But I thought Dan was going to do it when he went to the window. I was like, he was going to fly around the space station. I was like, oh wow, that's a total exploit. Just fly around and see everything and then get in your body.
Yeah. I think I felt like
See, Brooke may have
game a little bit.
Brooke may have
Yeah,
done
right.
that.
Oh my god.
Yes, I feel like if Brooke was here, Brooke probably would have done that.
She might have. I did make her go around the room looking around. I feel like that was very Brookish. Let's talk about the first part. How was it starting and out of body? I don't think we've ever done anything like that. The closest was Vin with Relic. He was having moments of existence. But this is the obviously a different form. We're starting as the soul being. How is that feeling of playing that?
That's pretty cool. It's like I was being born.
It was cool. I feel like the sort of the strongest part about it was the not being able to even talk communication wise.
Right.
Like that was kind of the hardest part about it. It's like you were able to look around, but you couldn't even express yourself to somebody else, you know. So that made it more challenging, but it was cool.
Right, Tom was trying to figure out expressions of other bubbles.
Right. I was like, did you throb in a different way?
What was talk about the experience of playing as one person?
That was kind of fun, actually. It was like, you know, I kind of thought it was cool.
Yeah. There were times where it was like, I want to look over here, and I know you're doing something, but I really want to see what's happening over there right now. But I think it was good. I hope that gives us a strong base for teamwork going forward.
Yeah. I won't ruin anything, but you're going to see how there are way more opportunities to do things like that as the game gets bigger and bigger. And eventually you're going to come to a point where you're like, okay, here we are. I have this, and you have 100 different combinations of things that you could do and choices, and it'll be kind of wild.
Oh, interesting.
And what are the fans? The fans are in some sort of limbo right now. So,
Sorry.
I don't know if you ever played the original Sega Genesis game Game Ground. Did you ever play that? It kind of reminded me of that, because like when you play in the game, it's like you find more characters that are like held hostage in the levels, and if you collect them, then later you can play them. So it's like, and if one of them gets killed, like he gets captured and then gets like sent off to a random level, and then later you'll find them again, like
that's
captured.
Fun. It's kind of like Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy, you find the characters that come along again, you can play them again. The game that I used for this was Maniac Mansion, 100%.
Shrine,
because I like that it is, and this was I had to keep readjusting my mind every time I was writing it. You know, and you've only seen a small piece of it, but I constantly would use a game called The Room to kind of rebase myself, because I go way too deep and way too complex, and I get lost in a direction. So I had to bring myself back, because even do a mystery, you know, it's funny because you don't like I do more like adventurous and big and epic, and I don't spend a lot of time doing mysteries. And then the one thing I have to remind myself is that the mystery can be super simple. It's just about finding the breadcrumbs and going along to it. Because once you watch a movie and you find the mystery, you know, he was dead the whole time. You know, it's like one fact was the whole entire mystery. So like I try to keep it simple and to make it like just to go step by step, just going through it. You don't know what's what, but you're slowly working it out. I think the knowledge, ask yes or no questions is helping a lot, because that's the way you're getting through it. And you know, it's interesting for me to watch you guys like go through it. I think you guys did fantastic. You're doing great today.
All right. That was actually, I had a question. I had a question for you, which was something along those lines of like, do you think we asked? I don't want to say the right questions. Do you think we asked quality questions when we had the opportunities to do so? Or
I do. I think every question asked was relevant, and even if it wasn't the answer, like it was a smart question. So I think you guys are using them wisely for sure.
I have to say, I was when you made mention of like, okay, we're gonna start like this. I was like, oh man, I don't know if we're gonna use the character sheets that much in this setup, and I was glad about how much we actually got a chance to do that. Like we still really got to like, I was like, there was no combat or anything like that, but we really got to kind of play around with where our skills were and how we did things and whatever else. I think it was really good.
Right, it's absolutely the pieces of the puzzle. Like you got the pilot with you. Like, okay, he's going to help us if we need him. We got the engineer, we need him. We got the wizard, we need him. So it's who you put on deck. You know, I love the idea.
You're missing the scholar.
Yeah, you're missing the scholar. So it's cool to see you guys work together. I love the idea of you guys being together in one body and solving the problems. And the way the quest goes forward, you're going to have options to do that. So it's going to be exciting to see what you choose. So we've seen the whole map. You haven't investigated every area. If you think you have or haven't. What do we think about the people standing up?
Creepy.
No,
I'm not necessarily convinced that they're bad.
They might not be. You're just creepy.
Let me ask you this. Do you think the people that we saw in that room are the ones who are responsible for the doors closing and the power going off?
Yeah.
They could be the crew from the second ship.
Yeah, I mean, they should be people who are curious like us.
What's
What if they woke up first and we started flipping switches by the crystals and we
whatever power
down a limb?
Wherever we took power from was the thing that was going to bite us.
For sure.
Containment still had one left, though.
Yeah, but no matter what, no matter where you pull that point from,
One
is the
wasn't enough
thing that
for
would
us.
have bit us. So
We
it's like
moved
we
from 3
chose
to
our
1.
fate. We chose our fate by removing it from certain things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Is that right, Tony? So
Yeah,
not
and there were safe numbers to pull, and there were
Yeah.
dangerous numbers to pull.
No, it weren't.
Hey, listen,
Were they
deal
were
with
they safe
one
numbers to
problem at a
pull?
time.
Yeah.
We did not crash into the planet. Next
Yes.
week we
Important
deal with
thing.
these weird people running around the ship.
I mean, if there's one in containment, it might
Were
not
they
be
naked?
all of them running around. But
Were they naked,
probably
those
most of them.
What was that question, Phil?
Were they naked?
But
What?
they're not naked.
Were they naked? Those people in that room just standing there?
I'm not going to answer. If you don't remember, then I'm going to
Did you want them to be naked?
Damien, did you
I mean-
answer a question about the book?
I mean, it's creepy factor. I'm trying to figure out where that is.
No. No, we didn't ask the fourth question.
They're not naked.
I'm gonna ask it about every character that comes in.
Are they naked?
Clothes on?
Is he nude?
Are we
I just
naked?
asked for the creepiness factor. Is he naked?
Are we naked in the pods right now?
Are they naked?
You know, it's really cold in space. There was shrinkage.
They were in the pool.
Hey, hey.
So,
You're at
so
home, it's always shrunk.
if you had removed the gravity, it would have been safe, right? But then you would have had to roll like agility checks every time you moved, right?
Probably.
No, if they've got into the, if
Turn
they've
on the
actually
Mac,
gone to the workshop, got the suit, the that old vibro suit, and got the magnetic boots, they could turn the gravity off safely. They could have walked around normally.
Okay, but that's like a knowing everything type of plan.
Yeah, they didn't know all that.
I was there when he made
They
it.
don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, that's like God
Right,
having a
right.
plan. Like,
That was us knowing that they were anti.
no,
like,
life is
they were-
easy. Yeah, of course it would.
That's us knowing that magnetic boots exist,
Yeah.
and and that
If it
they're on
was-
the ship,
Magnetism.
and how to put them on a robot body, and like I do think that
He probably didn't need them. He's probably got magnetic feet.
the we did think about taking the opportunity to go down back to the first level and seeing if gravity was weaker than we
Yes, we did.
expected, but we decided not to do that. I think that when I look at things like this, in the first Saw movie, right? The beginning of the movie, the guy wakes up, he's in the bathtub, he gets up, right? And then everything happens, and you see that if he just didn't move when he woke up and just slowly felt around the bathtub, the key was there. But because he got up, he pulled the plug and the key went down the drain. And there's the way to get out sometimes is everything has to be exactly perfect and exactly the right order, otherwise you just can't do it without harm. And I do feel like Phil's point, once you're in it, you're just well, you're gonna do things, and each thing's gonna have some sort of repercussion. You just gotta kind of hope.
You just got, and Dan's saying that too. You gotta
Yeah.
just go through it and just take the best of it and solve one problem at a time. I want to bring up a side note that I found it very entertaining that even though it's a game where you physically don't have to do it, when somebody would suggest going back to the other room, you guys, Davian, I think even Tom, were both resistant to that. I don't feel like going back.
No, I mean, I think Tom wanted to go, right? Tom was on team
You
to go back.
don't have to do it. You just say I go, and it sounded like this. You were I don't want to do it. That's where we are as a culture. We don't want to role play.
You don't want to role play walking.
I just love that because I felt like if I was there, I would have probably said that. But
Right.
That way. I don't want to go back that way.
just climbing down, 10 rungs on a ladder. I don't want to do that.
And for the roleplay perspective of it too, whoever's in charge of the body, right, is just having a conversation with nobody.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So the body's just like,
Speaking.
I don't want to go to the other place. So they're just standing there in the room by himself. No, I'm fine here.
That can happen. You don't have to speak.
And then, like 2 minutes later, he's like, now I'm gonna swagger.
So so we know that you guys lowered the containment, you lowered the crystal chamber, and you got the thrusters working. And the thrusters seems to be obviously positive. So you don't really know the full effects of all those things. You have learned about some of it. What do you think's happening now that the doors have closed and you guys are not in a good situation?
Well, whoever is awake out there,
crystals.
they touched the crystals. The crystals are bomb.
Yeah.
Are they,
Hey,
are
Dick,
they
just
able
to
to
put
get
out there
back?
for next week?
No.
You've got the
Yes, I
arcane
figured
lock,
something out.
remember? You might be able to open the doors.
That's right.
What was that? We got the
I hear
what?
you said.
I have
Alright,
arcane
Dan
lock.
knows.
I can magically lock doors.
Or hopefully unlock them.
No, I think it's actually just lock.
Oh yeah, that's real helpful. That's gonna be good.
When we're trying to contain who knows what on a ship, sure it is.
Well, now the doors are shut, and yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
corral
we're-
them back in there.
Right. I think like I don't know.
Magically lock a non-magical lock. Duration is until broken or picked.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. So the question is, what is that creature or person? What is their motive? What's their intention? And next week, hopefully, we have Brooke with you, so Brooke's personality will emerge, and it's going to be banana time.
Oh yeah.
Forget about it.
So, any last thoughts, emotions, or questions?
I can't wait to get back into my body and have a nice piece of gabagool.
Oh, this guy. Anybody else?
This is a really good first session. I'm very excited to play it.
Yeah, I was having a lot of fun. The time was flying by. I kept
book-
looking, and it was 40 minutes kept disappearing every time I was looking at it. So, felt good. What'd you say, Richard?
In Sparky's book, is the sequence of what they're supposed to do actually listed? That was the question I was hoping Scrapper would have.
No, because why would it?
Right.
He didn't do that.
Yeah, it's more about the science behind it, not the there's no schematic for this, right?
We know that Aegis.
Well, that's why I was trying to plan our questions. I wanted to
Aegis-
that's the whole. Yeah.
Right.
What do we know?
Right.
Sparky built the station with the help of the crew, like you guys were involved.
Yeah.
You don't remember any of it because you traveled into the soul realm, and they came back, and you just lost your memory. So whatever it is about that trip, you do not remember anything when you got into the stellar. And you know that Aegis came online to help. Was it there before? We don't know. And Aegis is the one that came up with the repairs. Whatever he did what he could. And he set this up because obviously he thought this was the best thing to solve the problem. Tom, I couldn't award you before because I didn't want to answer that, but you could take 25 experience points for that because you summed up exactly what was happening. So you can take that now. And everyone can take 100 experience points, and I'm going to let the fans... you know what? I'll divide it up. I'm going to let the fans, each one of you individually, can award 25 experience points to whoever you think. And do not do it because you feel, oh, this person didn't get it. Do it because who do you think did the best? You can only award 50 max to one person.
Yeah, I'm going to go
So we're
first.
each giving one? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, we're each giving 25. So I want to give mine to Phil because in the beginning, you started the ball rolling. That was all you, or at the very least, a lot of it was you at the beginning. So I feel like you're doing great.
Thank you.
I'm gonna give mine to Damien because I feel like Damien took the driver's seat and just ran with it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Charles, Richard?
I'm going to give mine to Tom because... Okay, I'll go. I'm going to give mine to Tom because I feel as though he really encompassed what his character is. He really went.
Yeah, he did a lot of engineering
That's
work.
what came out was this engineer. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I felt.
And Charles?
Yeah. Not giving mine to Tom because he re-embodied his Cole and did a whole lot of investigating. So.
Yeah. And that you guys absolutely used all of your abilities, your skills, everything else. That was great. So that was very good. Very, very fun first episode, guys. Thank you for watching today. We're gonna cut it here. Fun next week. We will not be remote unless there's some kind of crazy snowstorm again. We will be in person in the studio, I hope, and for episode 2, and hopefully with Brooke. So, yup, guys. Thank you for watching. We appreciate it. And I'm going to take you out with the intro. Enjoy. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.
Later.
And everyone.
Thanks, guys.